Hello, my name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar exploring motivational speaker. It's Tech Day! Today we're going to review the Fethead Phantom for you. The Fethead Phantom for you. What is this thing even worth? I mean, it looks just like this little slug of metal. It looks kind of sexy, and why do I have a microphone sticking in my face? Well, we're going to find out today. So, I'm a motivational speaker, so my microphone is everything to me. If I don't have a good microphone or something sticking in my face, it's like just a total disaster because, that's right, you couldn't hear my voice. Now, you'll notice that the sound is a little bit different because I'm not using the usual lavalier that I clip onto my shirt. Instead, I'm using a shotgun microphone here. Now, there's a lot of tech to this, so those of you watching, if you're a motivational speaker, you'll definitely learn some bits to this, and you'll learn why this thing is important. So this little Fethead preamp is critical to my success because I do audiobook recording, I do a lot of podcasts, I do these videos, and clear audio is critical. You can actually kind of deal with grainy video, maybe shaky video, but man, if the audio is dead, you're toast. It's over because as a motivational speaker, what do you have? Your voice. That's right. Now, I'm going to have to boost up the audio and mess around because right now, it's kind of quiet. So I'm going to boost up the audio in this section so it levels out. But what we're going to do is talk about this Fethead. So what does this thing do for you? This little slug, actually, let me refocus my face here. This little slug can give you 20 dB of extra clean gain in your microphone. And you say, what is that? 20 dB of gain is the difference between having lots of hiss in your sound and being totally clean. Silence. That's right. So this allows you to increase the gain or sensitivity of your microphone before it even hits the cable, goes down to your audio system, comes back into the camera here to where you can get the audio. Now, you'll notice that I'm having to speak a little bit loud because my shotgun, even though it's actually pretty good, it's good and sensitive. It's the audio-technica AT875R. I love this shotgun. For all the microphones out there, this shotgun is actually really incredible. It's quite inexpensive. I'll put a link to the video here below for this particular microphone, and I'll also put a link to this Fethead. But this Fethead can really make the difference because even though this microphone is pretty sensitive, you have to put what's called phantom power in there. I know. Hang on. Woo! Phantom power! No. Not that kind of phantom. But phantom power is this, it seems like this old school 48 volt power supply that this microphone actually needs power to work. How crazy is that? Yeah, like a regular microphone, let me say, hang on. Okay, a regular microphone like this guy, the Sennheiser E935, is a totally awesome microphone. I got to do a separate review on this microphone too. I've got a Shure, I've got this one, I've got an AT2035, I've got the shotgun. Notice I'm microphone crazy? Now, I'm not like an audiophile, but as a motivational speaker, microphones are everything to me. So, these microphones are critical, but a lot of times they don't have enough gain where you really have to turn the volume up or the sensitivity or gain on the microphone to really get something out of it. And that's a problem because as you turn the gain up higher, there's more hiss and more background noise. And also if it gets really loud, the sound might be kind of crunchy. So instead, what you want to do is you want to have the most sensitive microphone possible. But that has its own problems. Enter, bum-ba-da-dum, the Fethead Phantom Preamp. This little preamplifier gives you 20 dB of it seems like crystal clear gain. Usually when you put a lot of gain or amplification into a system, you get one thing. That's right, hiss. I have yet to get hiss with this module at all. Now, some people have reviewed and said, oh, I got a dud. It's got a lot of hiss or it's not that good. Okay, so when you get your equipment, this is a key thing. Test it out immediately. Doesn't whether you buy it from B&H, Adorama, Sweetwater, or Amazon, or Guitar Center, or whoever. You got to test your equipment immediately because sometimes there are defects. I mean, this little slug is, I don't know, when I bought it, it was like 99 bucks. It could be 119, just depends on what's going on. But these things aren't cheap. I mean, let me find the, oh, crud, hang on one moment, and let me tell you. Let me find it here now. Yeah. Alrighty. This comes in a little container, a little slug, and it has a real sexy pouch, and it comes in just this cardboard tube here. But man, this thing, the magic inside this, imagine where you plug in a device, you don't have to turn the volume very high, and all of a sudden like, wow, I don't have to yell, I don't have to crank the gain up, I don't have hiss, you just have this little bucket of stuff, and man, you are in business. Now, you notice when I got away from the mic, you could barely hear me. That's right. Because the farther you step back from the mic, the less sensitive it is, the harder it is to hear you. As you get closer to the microphone, you can get too close where I'm talking into it, and then it's a problem. Dang. When I recorded my audiobook of Antarctic Tears, I need to put a link to there too. Yeah. I'm a polar explorer, so I write about my expeditions, and polar exploration is one of them. If you don't like to read and you like audiobooks, I got a thing for you. Antarctic Tears. I'm going to be coming out with Lost and Windy Corner, my next audiobook, early next year. Yes! For people who don't like to read but you like to listen to books, we got a thing for you. When I originally recorded my audiobook for Antarctic Tears, I so wish I would have had one of these. It would have made the world a difference. I had to do special tuning and noise cancellation to get the... I have a pretty good audio rig, and it works okay, but this will allow me to drop the gain in my camera, in my audio gear, in my Scarlett 42i or 4i2 or whatever it is, to get good, clean audio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to show you the difference when I plug this into the audio channel, because one thing too, standard cameras don't come with phantom power. My Canon G20 does not have phantom power, the magic that makes this type of microphone work. This type of microphone, dynamic, requires no power. There's lots of tech on this. We'll go into that more later, but that phantom power for condenser type microphones is everything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the microphone off, and I'm going to click this in, and we're going to try and get you an idea of just how much gain this thing has in here. So the microphone right now is 1 hand width from my mouth, and I will speak directly into the microphone, and you can hear the audio level. So right now, I'm cutting the video, cut, and I will now not mess with the audio levels at all in Final Cut. That's what I use for my editing system. So that way it's not, hey, you did something in background. The only thing I'm going to add to this is the Fethead. So I've got this all set up, and I'll show you on the screen and show you what it actually looks like, but I want to show you on camera. So the microphone is this far from my mouth. I've got good audio level, and I'm going to take the microphone out. So you're going to hear a pop. The audio is going to die momentarily, and then it's going to come back up. Okay, woo, too hot. All right. Now the microphone is the same distance from my mouth. I am facing into it, and I'm looking at my camera audio meters. It's too loud. Like my camera is limiting so the audio doesn't get too hot. Check that out. Just by clicking this thing in, my audio out of my microphone is too loud now. I can actually bring this guy way back. Now it's 2 hand widths or even more apart. It's still too loud. Whoa, check that out. How about we get this thing way way far away here. It looks like this fuzzy monster. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 hand widths, and the microphone is still too loud. How cool is this? So what I'm going to do, I mean, that Fethead preamp makes all the difference. Now, I got to keep the microphone away from me because otherwise it's just going to start blowing out the audio. So I'm going to mess around now. Isn't that incredible? This Fethead Phantom preamp is just incredible. Now, there are a couple of different versions of this thing. Let me unplug, and that way I can show you again. Click. Now you'll notice the audio level, I'm not going to change it, is much, much lower. So now I got to get much closer to the microphone for you to hear me. Huh. So this Fethead comes in two different versions. One is the Phantom Power, and these always have to have Phantom Power, so you got to have a setup that has Phantom Power. The version that I have passes the Phantom Power through it, and it goes to the microphone, so I can use it for anything. There's another version that has a Phantom Power preamp for here, and then you can hook it up to a dynamic microphone, click that sucker in, and no problem. Now, normally dynamic microphones, they say you shouldn't have Phantom Power to them, but it works fine. I've never torched this E935 Sennheiser, and this thing is like almost $200. They're really expensive. My Shure $29 microphone, no problem. So depending on the microphone, you might need a different Phantom version. Just in the video below, put a comment and email me, and I can try and answer questions for you. Just go to my website and shoot me an email. I can get you in for there too. But this Phantom Power Fethead Phantom is just incredible. It's a complete game changer. Highly, highly, highly recommend this sucker. It makes all the difference in my audio recording. Even though normally I use a lavalier when I'm doing other work or I need to record, lavaliers for audiobooks aren't that good. I have a much bigger microphone. Of course. Oh, here it is. One moment. Bum-ba-da-dum. Check this thing out. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. And this is my deep, sexy voice from my microphone that was facing the wrong way. So by clicking the Fethead into this thing, I will now have roaring hot audio that will sound totally, totally awesome. So this Phantom Fethead will completely change your game. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the computer, and I'm going to just click in the microphone, and I'm going to narrate what I'm doing, and I'm going to show you the difference that this microphone makes, or this preamp makes. I won't move the microphone. I'll just point the camera to the computer. You'll have to believe me. Me. Okay, right now I am one hand width away from the microphone with just a straight microphone.